For a brief time in the early Hulk comics, Bruce Banner had built a machine that would bombard him with gamma rays and either turn him into the Hulk or turn him back. He usually put on a pair of purple swim trunks so he didn't have to keep buying new pants.
At a missile base in our great Southwest, the countdown is halted while General Ross waits for Dr. Bruce Banner.
Where in thunderation is Banner? We can't start without him. He's the brains behind this space probe. If he wasn't a civilian, I'd have his hide. I'd slap him behind bars. I'd.
Oh, Dad, what if something's happened to Bruce? The Hulk's been seen in this area.
And if he wasn't a civilian, that's what I'd do. Bruce Banner would be delighted to show up, but something's blocking his way.
Must get to the underground lab. That regiment on maneuvers will see me. If they follow me, they'll discover a secret hiding place. If I don't change to Banner soon, it'll be too late. The longer I stay the Hulk, the harder it is to change back.
If he shows up like that, Thunderbolt will accuse him of being out of uniform. And by the way, the Hulk that uses the changing machine is a lot more lucid than the Hulk that changes randomly.
The emergency alert. Condition red. Back to the base on the double.
Now's my chance.
That solved the problem. Once the change is complete, Bruce is pretty well spent. Every time he changes, it takes a bigger toll on him. He realizes he's been using the machine too much lately. My question is why? What's he been doing that requires the Hulk?
I'd better see what's happening at the base. Something's wrong. Betty and General Ross look terrified. My space probe rocket, it's melting.
That's what happens when you make it out of ice cream and leave it in the hot sun. A character calling himself the Metal Master appears and claims responsibility.
I am the Metal Master. From the planet Astra, many galaxies away. It was I who melted your rocket with the power of my brain to show you how invincible I am. I possess mastery over all forms of metal. And since all metals are made up of atoms, I control each and every atom by mental command.
His story? He failed at taking over his own world and they exiled him. He's been roaming the galaxies looking for a suitable place to take over instead, and he's decided Earth fits the bill. It'll take him a lot longer to say that because runtime.
Grab him. He's as nutty as a fruitcake. Wait! I give you one more demonstration. Hey, my helmet. It's floating.
Mine's melting.
So let them. Leave the metal stuff for him to play with and grab him like Ross said. He doesn't have any control over flesh.
You will surrender this base to me immediately, and the planet Earth must accept me as supreme ruler within 24 hours. I begin to tire of these childish feats. I shall leave you while you discuss my terms and realize how helpless you are. Helpless, are we? I'll alert my missile squadron. Look, he turned that piece of metal into a flying carpet.
General Ross forgets that his missiles are made of metal. You know, that stuff that this guy can dink around with just by thinking about it. They're about as effective as you expect. We need help.
Stand back, Rick.
Some guy called the Metal Master is threatening the base, the whole world.
I know. That's why I'm changing.
But what happened to your face?
No! No, it can't be.
Good thing he has some Hulk masks. He puts one on and heads out to fight the Metal Master. The alien can't do anything to him, not directly anyway.
You are more powerful than I thought.
Nothing. Nobody can stop the Hulk.
A quickly formed metal cage will hold you.
It'll only take him another 20 or 30 seconds to realize throwing junk at the Hulk isn't working.
Wait! This is folly. With my mastery of metal and your brute strength, we should be allies.
The Hulk needs no allies.
But we two could rule the universe.
Does the Hulk even understand what the universe is? Also, lust for power isn't exactly his thing.
You mean No one would hunt me again. No one would hound the Hulk.
No longer would you be treated like a wild beast, like a monster.
Sure. Why should I worry about the human race?
Catching the Hulk off guard, the Metal Master strikes a cowardly blow.
And it doesn't matter anyway because the guy was setting him up for a sucker punch. The Metal Master goes off to cause chaos and destruction all over the world while General Ross's men collect the unconscious Hulk. When they take the mask off, his face is just the same. It took his head a little longer to change than everything else. They carry him to the base and put him in a Hulk-proof room. Sure it is.
Slowly, the wall begins to crumble under the merciless pounding of the superhuman fists.
I don't care how tough the wall is or what it's made of. Do that at the same spot long enough and it will weaken. The Hulk seems to know that because he's working that one point non-stop.
Until
I'm free. Must return to the lab. Only one way to beat the Metal Master. Must become Banner again.
He has an idea to build something that will defeat the Metal Master, but he needs all kinds of stuff. The changes are really knocking him for a loop, so he's too weak to go gather the items himself. Good thing Rick's Teen Brigade is on station and ready to go. Rick gives them a list of items, and off they go.
First, Banner is missing. Then that blasted Metal Master shows up. And now the Hulk's on the loose again. It's too much.
That's it! I'm getting drunk! Once Dr. Banner has everything he needs and gets it put together, he changes to the Hulk again and heads off to find the Metal Master.
It's time I return to the Hulk.
It's him, the Metal Master.
seconds later, the Teen Brigade radios a warning alert.
Hulk, the Metal Master's over the Capitol.
At last, everyone, stand back.
The Teen Brigade doesn't get it. If that thing is made of metal, the Metal Master will handle it easily.
You, come down and face the Hulk.
It will be my pleasure. Metal molecules, I command you to explode in his hand.
See? Nothing happened. Nothing's gonna happen.
I think we can all guess why, but the Metal Master can't.
This is impossible. There is no type of metal I cannot control.
Ever heard of unobtainium? I'll bet you can't control that. It would be interesting to see an encounter between him and Wolverine, though.
Why, the energy I emanate is enough to level an entire city. It must explode.
Ha ha! You can't beat the Hulk. Nobody can.
Explode! Explode! You must explode!
I think his head is going to explode first. The Hulk keeps telling him, come closer, maybe it'll work then.
You tremble. Ha ha ha! Now it's my turn to... Why, you...
That's twice he tried to sucker punch the Hulk, but this time he used the equivalent of a tin can. Not too bright.
Don't hit me! Don't!
I knew it. You're yellow. Make everything like it was before, or I'll...
Yes, I will. Just don't hit me.
He restores everything and heads back out into space. He won't be tangling with the Hulk again. This guy has some kind of metal that he can't control. What the heck is it?
Hey, Hulk, what kind of metal was that?
Who said it was metal? It was nothing but plastic. It was a bluff, and it paid off.
A phony? Wow!
Hey kids, remember all that stuff you gathered for him? What was it made of? Think about that. Thunderbolt and his soldiers are on their way to try and catch the Hulk, but he and Rick will be long gone before they arrive. I was glad this version of the Hulk didn't last very long. Reader response was, let's say, less than enthusiastic, so after just a few issues, things changed back to the other way, where he changes when he gets too worked up and all that. The Hulk's level of understanding and ability to communicate went back to the original version as well. It was that unpredictable version of the Hulk that joined the original Avengers, and his unpredictability was the reason he couldn't stay with them. The Hulk is not a superhero. He's a tragic figure who somehow manages to do the right thing when called upon to do so. His inability to control the changes is a big part of his persona, and taking that away and making it voluntary sort of killed the vibe, as we used to say. It was an effort to make him a superhero, and it didn't work. He's your basic anti-hero. He just wants to be left alone, but he's constantly finding himself thrust into situations where he has to be the hero. We loved the Hulk because he was so misunderstood. Every time General Ross tried to attack him, we were out of our seats calling the general names you couldn't put in a comic book. Even on some occasions when Ross saw him save the day, he was still determined to catch the Hulk and put him away for life. Every month we bought the new issue to see how the Hulk was going to thwart him. And once the stories reverted to the Hulk we all knew and loved, we weren't disappointed.
Dr. Bruce Banner, melted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk.
Ain't he on glamour rays?
Wrecking the town with the power of a bull.
Ain't no monster clown who is as lovable
As ever-loving Hulk. Hulk, Hulk.
Metal stuff for him to play. Metal. It was that. Yeah, come on, David. Issues, things change. Put on a purple of what? Put on a purple of what?